Hello, listeners, and welcome to Season 4 wrap-up. Yes, Season 4. We are so excited to be here. I know. It's brain. And, of course, this is one of our favorite. I always say everything's our favorite. I mean, the whole thing's our favorite. Like, let's be honest.
You're not wrong.
But we are going to be ranking the books that we read this season and then talking about DNFs and then maybe sharing some things that we got coming up for Season 5, maybe.
Maybe.
It depends on how we feel. Yeah?
I like
So,
it.
we have 7 books on the table. 7 books on the
Rocket
rocket
on the
track
record.
for the record. There's a word. Oh, words are hard today. I've been up since like almost 4.
Me too.
Okay. So do you want to start with number 7, Jen?
Sure.
I'm just totally calling you.
My 7 was Meet at Midnight.
Okay, that's my 7 too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I feel like our bottom 4 will likely be very similar.
Yeah. But I concur. I believe that our bottoms are probably going to be the same in some shape or form.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what's your number 6?
No, what's your number 6? I went first last time.
Tears of Tess.
Really?
I put that. Yeah. And
Huh.
I'll tell you why. Because
Okay.
with some of the other things that we read, their series, I will continue to read the series. This one, I probably will never pick up the rest of the series. So to me, that means I would go back to the world. I appreciate, some aspects of it. But this one,
Okay. All right, that's fair.
yeah. What
My
did you put for number 6?
I put Haunting Adeline.
Oh, fuck, I don't have that on my list. So we have 8 books. We can't even count. I'm over here saying 7.
Oh yeah, I do have 8.
Oh, shit. Well, that changes things. Okay, hold on. Well, fuck.
Well, shit.
Okay. I think. Okay. Are you putting in or taking out?
Contacts?
Yeah.
In.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna be longer getting your list, so I brought like my contacts and my mascara.
So for those who don't know, sometimes I take really long. Okay.
Oh, it's worth it though.
Yeah. Okay. So your number 6 is Haunting Adeline. I think I'm gonna keep my list the same, and I just plugged that in. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Beautiful Fiend.
Really? My
Yeah.
number 5 is Haunting Adeline. Just threw it in there.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. That was what, number 6? Yeah, that was number 6. I counted the wrong number still.
Shocker.
I know.
Wasn't it me that messed up the numbers last time? It
Yes,
was.
like
I messed up
4
like 3 times. Oh,
That's
God.
why I was double checking with you to make sure we had the numbers right this time.
Oh my God.
No. Okay, so 8, 7, 6. My number 5 is Thieves of Monsters.
Mm-hmm. My number 5 is Tears of Tess.
Really that high?
I could argue myself out of it, but I just went with
Gut, yeah.
because and I'll tell you why. It really comes down to like I prefer the relationship between those two main characters over the relationship in Beautiful Fiend. Because I still, as much as I appreciate the relationship that happened in Beautiful Fiend, there was so much like bullying and just that content I'm not a big fan of,
Mhm.
where it wasn't in Tears of Tess. It was still like a fucked up relationship, but like I feel like they were on more even ground, I guess.
Okay. That is a really good way of putting it. I'm gonna have to start thinking that way, maybe. Or maybe not. What number was
Oh god, I think we're in our top 4 now.
that?
So
Okay.
4.
Is it my turn or your turn? My turn.
Your turn.
So my number 4 is Beautiful Fiend. uh, yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything nice to say like what you said about the couple dynamic. It was just
I mean,
I
I think it's fair. I think it's definitely more your taste in dark romance over my taste in dark romance.
yeah. Okay, what's your number 4?
Thieves and Monsters.
Oh, okay. I mean, so we're still close.
Yeah. Like yeah. I didn't I probably enjoyed yeah, I enjoyed that book more than the bottom four. Like all the things that we said that we didn't like about it are still true, but
Mhm.
out of the bottom 5, it was the best.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. Okay, what's your number 3?
No, it's your turn.
No, I went. I did
You
beautiful.
swell.
I did 4.
Oh, okay. Well, we're really good at this.
So good. All the prep and everything.
Okay, so I th- I think our number 3 is going to be the same.
I think our 3 is gonna be the same too. It's our 1 and 2 that's gonna be backwards.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So our number 3 is Carter Reed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carter Reed. As
Yeah.
much as that was painful to do, it was necessary, okay?
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand.
So, I think for 1 and 2, I'm gonna name your number 2, and then you can name my number 2.
I love it. So
So,
my number 2 is
Unholy Vows.
yes, and your number 2 is Lights Out.
Yes. That was sort of difficult, but my justification for putting Lights Out as number 2 is that the only reason why I enjoyed it was because of the audio.
Yeah.
Not that it doesn't take away from the story being great, but if you've listened to the episode, you know that if I would have read that book, I would not have enjoyed it at all.
Yeah, I don't think you would have either. So, but I feel like I would have. I think I would have loved the book regardless. The audio just really, really elevated it.
Mhm. And then, of course, Unholy Vows. I mean,
So good.
so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, go check out that episode if you want to know what so good means. Okay.
Just go read the book. Don't even listen to the episode. Go
That's
read the
true
book
too.
first
Just, yeah.
and then go listen to the episode.
And then be like, so good in your response, and we'll know that you know.
Oh gosh.
So this season, we technically almost had 3 DNFs.
Did we?
Yeah, because Beautiful Fiend was a DNF. And
Oh yeah,
then
it was
I
initially.
finally finished it after like a million months.
Same with Tears of Tess.
Tears of Tess was a DNF too? It was. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of those are on me. Cause oh, you're right. Cause you finished that like months before I did.
Months.
And I'm like, I just can't do this, okay? That's why it's number 7 on my list.
I mean, it was difficult content, and then it just wasn't. The storyline just could have been so much better.
Mhm. Yeah. And then number 3 on the DNF is Ghosts of Halloween. I can't believe I read that book.
Oh yeah.
I was super excited. It was reverse harem. It was kind of supposed to be like horror, whatever. And did you even finish it?
No.
Oh, you're not missing out on anything. For
And
those
the
who
thing is,
know, I don't do fucking Ghost. Like,
literally fucking ghosts.
literally, I'm not even exaggerating or
Like
I mean,
ghost fucking is literally in the trigger warnings or content warnings.
yep. And I didn't realize that. I don't know. I guess because I'm not like reading blurbs as I don't know. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a reverse harem. I'm super excited. It's Ghosting Halloween. I think it was supposed to be one of our Halloween picks or whatever. I don't.
Mhm.
And I was like, what the am I reading? It's
So far, I have
rubbish.
been So far, I've been disappointed in any of the like erotic horror that I've read.
Yes.
And
It
it's
really
not that
has.
it's too much, it's just it falls flat every time.
Yeah. I it's falling flat, but it's like they're not balancing it. At least the ones that we
Right.
have read. It's not being balanced cohesively enough,
Yeah.
you know? And I don't think we've had any. I think everyone that we've read has been a DNF, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If you guys got some good recommendations on some horror erotic romance, let us know.
I think we should try the AA Dark book I sent you. Like
You should, oh,
24960 or something like that.
I know what book you're talking about. I didn't see that you sent it to me though. I haven't checked anything.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of book talk drama and that
Was
was
because
it got included.
well, some people says it's supposed to be this new term of pitch black, and then other people are like, no, it's not. And so maybe we should read it so we can judge it ourselves.
Yeah.
I like to see you guys are getting hints of things that possibly come in the future.
Yay.
Who knows though? You hear about it now, and it'll be like 3 years before we get
That's so true.
so.
That's so true.
Don't hold your breath for that. And then the other one, and I don't think it's because I didn't even start the last one that was DNF. You started it, and then we just got sidetracked with other things. So it's possible that it could come back.
Oh, playing with
Playing
knives.
with knives, and I didn't realize that was a reverse harem. So
Mhm.
I'm probably definitely gonna read it. So just to kind of give you as an audience a little idea of how we plan books, is that Jen is normally supposed to start them and let me know when she's like halfway to a quarter of a way done.
Yeah,
And then
because Misty reads at the speed of fucking light.
and so that way we try and be done around the same time, you know, if I actually get into the book and enjoy it and not like, 7 months later cuz I'm like I can't do it. That way it's still kind of fresh in both of our minds when we try and record for discussion. So she started it, but we got distracted and then other things pop up because we're like, "Oh, this looks good." I think you stopped doing playing with knives to do lights out, right?
I think
Was
so. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because I sent you a
Mhm.
screenshot. I was like, "Don't hate me. I'm starting this."
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it to I finished chapter 16 and started chapter 17 of Playing with Knives. And that's where I've been at since sometime in October.
Yeah. So, who knows? It may come back. But as of right now, it's on the DNF because it was originally supposed to be for this season.
Yeah,
So, again, more things to look forward to in the future.
absolutely.
We had a really good season this year. We did a couple of more talking episodes than book discussions, which I liked.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I really enjoy our chats.
And we got some good ones for next season too. So, how much do we want to like share with them or give like foreshadowing of? Because we may talk about it now, but we should put the disclaimer that it may not actually happen.
I'm
So,
I'm so excited about next season though. I think I'm going back to look. I think this might be my most anticipated season.
okay.
Like there's a series on here or it might be a book. I can't remember.
What
That
line are you
he
looking at?
73 on season lineups.
73. Oh yeah, that's a trilogy.
Okay, like I heard about so here's a funny story-ish about not really a story about that series. I'm pretty sure is the same. I had a friend when I lived in Alaska. I think she read it or had read it previously or something and she was like it's so bad. And she's like I couldn't finish it. And now 15 years later, I'm like I'm so excited for this.
Right? Now this is a good like I think it's going to be like a good like check-in cuz I've heard some fucked up shit about this series too. I
Yes.
think it's going to be a good check-in for both of us,
Yeah.
because you grow with taste, you kind of fall back, you grow, you fall back until be like, "Okay, where's my meter at?"
I will say, I think I'm currently finishing the series that we're reading for the trilogy for book club. And then I'm going to start with the first book for next season.
Okay.
But I have a feeling I'm gonna need to like read a book for this season and then like go off and read like Lucy Score or Tessa Bailey or Christina Lauren something, because like these books are pretty heavy for next season. Like I think this may end up being our darkest season yet.
Really?
I mean, with everything I've heard about the book on 71, everything I've heard about the book on 73, uh,
Oh, yeah.
mm,
That's very true.
I don't think 74 is much better.
I haven't
I
heard
don't,
anything about that.
and I haven't heard anything about 76 or 77. But
Oh, yeah, those are gonna be theirs are gonna be so tame compared to everything else. Maybe we need to switch some things up. Oh, lordy. I didn't even
yeah,
think about that. We might have
yeah.
to, like, reorder.
But
No,
I
I
mean, I think the order works because well, I don't know. We could maybe switch some things around or
I don't think
push
so, but
off. We could push off 79 again if we wanted to, and then put another discussion between 77 and 78
we
if we
could.
wanted to lighten it up.
Honestly, though, I was thinking if we were gonna cut one out, we would cut out 70.
Well, I know it's a finished series, and I know,
Okay.
like, now that I've gotten into this trilogy I'm listening to right now, I'm getting excited to go back into that series, and then and then like, I'm really excited about, like, the fantasy reads I have for this year, because aside from Fate Isles, I don't know that I read any fantasy last year. I realized that when we did our top reads for 2024. Oh, okay. I read Shepherd King. Okay.
Okay.
I read a little bit. So I read The Shepherd King. I read The Witch Collector. I wouldn't consider Bride fantasy. So I read
No.
a couple,
I would say Bride is paranormal.
but nothing like
Like,
previous 2 years.
okay.
So I'm kind of excited to be like going back to the original genre that got me started reading it again.
I like that. I'm excited about that. Okay. So yeah, so season 5, lots of good things, lots of changes happening. We got some things hopefully in the works. As of right now, for those who are listening to this live time, we have our first Kickstarter going for What's Your Next Read? Reading Deck and Game. So be sure to check that out. Do we want to talk about the other thing that we're hoping to do launch this spring or no?
Yeah.
We don't have. So for those of you who are not shocked that we don't have anything prepped, Jen and I have decided, we've talked about it, and we are hopefully going to launch a Patreon this spring. And one of the reasons why we want to do the Patreon is we want to have a space to put the video recordings of all of our episodes and to give you guys behind the scenes looks, which sometimes I call backstage, as I did today. Maybe that's what we'll call it on Patreon. And to just have more personal interaction with the followers and listeners that we have. We're
Yeah.
quite excited about a lot of the things that we have lined up for the tiers. So, woo woo.
I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to cover for this season wrap up?
No, I think we covered it. I think we did good. I'm excited.
All right. Well, you all, thank you so much for listening in on another awesome season. If you read the same books, we would love to see your wrap up. What are your top reads from 2024? And what were your favorite books of season 4? Tag us on Instagram at Bones of the Story, and we will see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on the journey into the shadows of love, where dark romance stories come to light.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bones of the Story as much as we did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us.
And to stay updated on all things dark romance, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, or even your own dark romance stories with us. Drop us a line at bonesofthestory@gmail.com.
Remember, our next tantalizing episode is just around the corner, so keep your hearts open and your senses sharp.
Until then, embrace the darkness and let the stories continue to stir your deepest desires.
This is Misty
And Jenn,
signing off
from Bones of the Story.